Y'all, ooh, Ted, what's good, family? How you be? We clearly we not at the station today. Let me y'all all in my closet space. Hold on, let me get myself together. Let me get myself together. I couldn't man, it's been real. I lost my wallet. Then I ran out of gas. So I've been stationary all day, you see. So I didn't get a chance to even make it to the station. My fault. Oh, hold up. What the hell just happened? Okay, my fault, y'all. I was trying to clean the camera and it hit some shit. So anyway, um, let me get my life together and wait on y'all, and then we gonna do what we do. We gonna go in. Uh, you know, the Will and Jada saga continues, but um, live viewers comments show up on this is an example. Click and come. Okay, all right. Yeah, I don't really don't got a lot vested into them as a relationship, but I think they make for good entertainment, if nothing else. But it's a lot in there to be discussed because they all over the place. That part is for sure. Now hold on, how do I why y'all playing with me? Why I can't flip the screen around? There we go. Bow. Hit the rotation on them. Like bow. There we go. There we go. Okay, hold on. All right, family. So we gonna hold on. You know what? I should probably put this back here. And then we gonna get this party started. Uh right there. All right. Oh shit. Drop your book, you lose a lesson. So now Dr. Umar is on his no snow bunnying campaign. So he went in. But now I think I don't know. I got a lot of thoughts. We're gonna deal with it. Yahoo, peace queen. I wonder if I probably should take you know what? I'm gonna take the phone case off. That's probably what it is. It's gonna keep falling. And then we can get to it. Let me see if that's better. Yeah, much better. Now flip the screen. All right, I'll do the damn thing. Now, all right, peace to the family. What's up, everybody? Yahoo, Yahoo, Yahoo. uh, like I said, the Will and Jada saga continues, and so y'all gotta let me know, man, how y'all feel about this. Uh, I got a lot of different thoughts, so y'all gotta let me know how y'all feel about Will and Jada all together. Um, but I know one thing. I hate the I hate the way the tabloid shit go. Hold on, y'all. Give me 1 second to fix it. I don't know what I did. I did something on accident. Okay. I hate the way this like media and tabloid shit go. Cause it's like really I need to push this down. Is it possible now? Turn my goddamn ass. Cause it's like really according to her, no, I'm not I could care less too, but uh you read the title, this is about something completely different. This is important because of they represent what's happening to us on the societal level in relationships in general. Um, I was scrolling down. Hold on, let me turn the stars enable. And y'all, my Facebook friends cheap. Y'all don't ever hit me with no damn stars. So when I just Oh, I was scrolling through TikTok. That's what I was trying to say. I was scrolling through TikTok and not even sure why, but or no. Was it Facebook? I don't know. I was scrolling through something and Cardi B doing a freestyle popped up. And so the first couple of bars was kind of hot. Now I'll keep it real. I always thought Cardi had bars, as opposed to a lot of the other female rappers. So I'm listening to her little freestyle, and she kind of got off. And at the end of it, she knows she snapped and she fired up, and then she started saying, you bitches better suck my D and suck my D, yeah, suck my D. She was fired up. And this is a woman inviting the world to her penis. And then I thought about it. That is kind of the new terminology for some women when they get to, and it's like, so let me get this straight. So what we doing right now is we in a time period where the black woman as a figure of speech is inviting people to her penis. And the black man, as a statement of fashion, is wearing a dress and painting his fingernails. And I promise y'all about 4 or 5 years ago when I started telling y'all this was coming, y'all promised me that this wasn't going to be an issue and I was overreacting. So I'm trying to see how 5, 6 years ago, I say, be careful, this is what they finna do. Y'all say you tripping, you overreacting. Now it's here and I'm still waiting on my phone to ring for at least one person to say, you know what, you was right. So, like, I guess that's the thing, kind of what you just said, bro. Maybe none of us care. And then maybe that's a different space for us to be in. Like, when I see definitely. So the only thing I'm saying is I think, like anything else, I think we've become so immune to it that we really don't even factor in that for them it's a progression. So the whole plan for them from the jump was to get to a space where they normalized it. And so now that they've accomplished the normalization of making the black man effeminate, when we see it, it don't really register. I'm looking at it from the standpoint of being weaponized. So in war, you're taught that you can use anything for a weapon. So what they've done in this particular instance is weaponize black love and black relationships. Now, that's something to be studied. That might be a new show, shit. That's something to really, that's a term. That should be a whole fucking book wrote on this. The weaponization of relationships. And so you can basically take your adversaries and use propaganda to disrupt their household and manipulate relationships. Well, you just got to think about it. In ancient times, it was so detrimental to have to physically break up the home front. Now, this is why I told y'all it's sorcery and you don't even look at it. Well, when we look at, let's say if you watch a movie and you're looking at sorcery or witchcraft, what are you going to see? You're going to see a witch put some stuff in a pot and she's going to stir up the pot. And now, from whatever she put in the pot and stirring up the pot, she's about to make something happen somewhere else without even being there. Think about it. So she stirred up the pot with an intention. And once she stirred up the pot with an intention, the witch is able to make something happen somewhere else and she don't have to be there. Okay, now, if you take that exact same ideology and just transfer it to your television. Take the exact same ideology and just transfer it to the television. I'm able to put something on that will allow me to do what I need to do inside of your household without even being there. That's magic. That's witchcraft. That's sorcery. But we don't look at it like that. So that's why it's so hard to detect when I tell people that all of your behavioral patterns, you're not even you. You think you're you. You are a combination of all the people you like and have seen over a period of time. That's what your personality is. You drew your personality from your favorite characters throughout your realities. Now, some of them could be your uncles and stuff like that, but you definitely got characteristics and the dressing habits of some of your favorite celebrities, athletes, stars, entertainers, whatever the case may be. Because where else do you get it from? When we was young kids, we sat on and watched Yo MTV Raps, and I used to sit in the living room, watch MC Hammer and mimic the moves. Now, when I go to the little teenage club on the weekend, what I'm doing that MC Hammer shit. I've been practicing all week. MC Hammer can play the kick step, jump over the leg, and all that shit. I've been practicing all week. We all had the high top fade. I mean, like, people don't want to admit this stuff because it's a pride thing. But as soon as we get to admitting what really then went down, the better we can deal with the remedy part. So now you have a semblance, a symbol for like the hierarchy of black love, or what we're calling it. Now you got to keep in mind, traditionally on a large scale, we don't see two-parent households with love in them. We don't even see two-parent households. And a lot of times if we do, it's not a whole lot of love in them. So it's like, this is something that it just is part of who we are in this country during these modern times. So we got to be able to admit that. Now, once we admit that, you have to understand something. Two things. Your family structure was deliberately broken up. We have to understand that. All of the parts of society show you how the family structure was deliberately broken up. And it's not just quote unquote black people, but anything that they what they call minorities. But hey, you know what, Divine? That's why I rock with you, because you gonna tell it. A lot of these dudes be trying to say, man, the rapper, we ain't getting nothing from no rappers, man. You a fucking lie. If you ain't getting nothing from no rappers, you grew up in the suburbs, some motherfucking where we got everything from rappers. Our whole rappers raised us. I used to say Scarface was my granddaddy, Tupac was my daddy, and MJG and 8 Ball and UGK was all my uncles. That's literally who raised me. If Scarface said it, it was gospel. If Tupac said it, it was the realest shit that was ever said. If MJG and 8 Ball said it, it was the smoothest shit ever said. If Bun and Pimp said it, it was the realest. I mean, that's literally how I was raised. Whatever they said, that's what I followed. Period. If you didn't like Tupac, we fuck around, couldn't be friends. The only person that got away with that shit, my brother didn't like Pac. My brother don't like Pac. He never liked him. He the only person got a pass from that. If you don't like Tupac, I probably don't even speak to you. Back then, I got a completely different take on him now. But they have eliminated our soldiers by abortion, jail, meds, family problems, and drama. So now, okay, right. So now the family structure, like I said, anybody in this country that they're considering under the label of minority, all got the same treatment. Now, here's the thing. You breaking up the family structure. Why? People all the time will always tell you, well, this didn't happen and that didn't happen. The reason why you say that, because you don't understand what the motive is. So the motive is, like we said, this is war. So now, coming from that perspective, because keep in mind, whether you think you from Africa or whether you think you Aboriginal, here's the one thing you got in common. You got your ass kicked on both continents. I don't know why the fuck y'all keep arguing about where you from for. You could be from either one of them places. They whooped your ass on both spots. They lied, deceived, killed, and stole on both spots. So ain't no sense to talk about which one more important and all that old weird shit. So what I'm saying is, we got to be realists about this thing. If I come to your home, kick your door in, and drag you and your family out, that is a declaration of war with your family. Fuck everything else. Bro, I kick your door in and kick it off with you and your peoples. If you live a day past that, I'm your sworn enemy. What the fuck else could I be? You're not going to call me up for lunch? So at the moment when I violate your home space and your family and I conquer you, I have just become your enemy and declared war. Okay. So you have gotten your land taken on any place you've been. So that's literally that I'm telling you, wherever you go, fuck you. Okay, that's fine. So what I'm saying is, all I'm saying is, that means you're currently at war. I know it's hard to comprehend because you don't see bombs every day, but that doesn't matter. You don't see bombs every day because you're docile. So they don't need bombs. They gave you a Bible. You don't see bombs because you're docile. But what's the reality? These people came to your home and stole you and your family. That's declaring war. They have not paid you for it and they have not apologized. So you're still at war. So now, if we can be mature enough to just honor that space right there, we can grow from there. Because if you run in my house and lay me and my whole family down and take everything from us, you and I are now enemies. Now, if you've taken me hostage, that's another sign you and I are still enemies. Now, I'm in your system as someone who was stolen, and now I have a family, they have a family, so on and so forth. It's 5 generations later, and we're living here and nobody's bothering us. And somehow you think that means everything is cool. No, the only reason why everything is cool because you stand in your fucking place. And if you ever get out of your place, I'll prove to you that we ain't cool. And you see that every single day in America. You cross you cross any line with one of their soldiers, they'll kill you dead and get off. That's the letting you know it's still fuck you. They came, violated you, brought you here. It's generations later, and it's still on site if you cross the line. Cameras everywhere, all kind of witnesses. They'll strangle your ass in public, and you can't do a fucking thing about it. Shoot you in the vehicle with your goddamn daughter in the backseat as a witness. Throw their hands up like we don't know. One of their officers have an affair with another man, run his apartment and kill him and say, "Oh, oops, wrong place." This is war. They declared it. So I say that to say this. Now you have to think out of that lens. I'm a captured people on captured territory. And the reason why it's captured territory because they took it. So now I have to understand that anything involving me is not for the benefit of me. They stole me. You stole a whole person. What happens when you steal a car? After you steal a car, do you give a flying fuck about how the people who you stole it from can benefit? We make simple shit complicated. Once somebody stole you, that's a fuck you. Once somebody rape you, ain't no sense of begging them for a consciousness. We always see in a movie somebody getting harmed and somebody talking about, please stop. Don't you understand? I thought about what I was going to do before I fucking got here. So ain't no sense of you asking me to stop. I came for this. So while y'all sitting out here marching and begging and hoping somebody going to stop, they're here for this. Ain't nobody going to stop doing shit to you. Especially if the only thing you could do is write signs. So everything you see is being weaponized. And the most sacred thing, what every man go to war for, is his family. The one thing that you could take anybody, even the most scared person, and send them over the edge is over their family. Wife and children and shit like that. People will risk it all over that. So understanding that you initially was very family orientated when they found you, and that you'll risk it all over family, they taught you to hate your family. They taught you to stay away from their family. They kept you separate from your family. Now you don't care about family. You care about bad bitches and real niggas. Baby mamas and baby daddies. The fuck does any of that mean? Those are the most pointless titles on the planet. Baby mama and baby daddy? And that's the majority of our community. The majority of our people have baby mamas and baby daddies. No more husband and wives. So what does that mean? The men are no longer positioned to be willing to risk it all because they're not with, they don't have families. There's nothing to risk it all for. So then they replaced what you would normally risk it all for with material bullshit. Now we'll kill you over George, but share our woman with you. A man will literally kill you over something you say, but share his woman with you. So this is the issue. This is why Jada and Will is an issue, because they always perform right in your face. So what they showing you in front of your face, here's what you got to look at. For black folks in America, Jada and Will has always been like our holy grail. That to us was the dopest relationship ever. We never seen it before. We were fucking in love with them, and they was black. Jada always played that pro-black sister that don't take no mess in her movies. So you never seen her in a slut bucket role. You never seen her demeaning butt naked. It was always, if she was sexy, it was classy sexy. So in our mind, she's somebody that demanded a certain level. And a lot of us was shocked when Will got with her, because we seen Will as kind of goofy, woo. And then it's like, Will got Jada? We looked at it like he scored. Realistically, he was the much bigger star. but we looked at it like he scored. And over the years, all we ever heard and all we ever seen was how much he adored his wife and how much she adored him back. This is symbolic psychologically. And they dismantled them in front of us. So from a psychological perspective, if Will and Jada can't make it, why should we even try? Meanwhile, grave robbing now and in the future, they harvest your family organs before wake, then take all jewelry after the funeral. They absolutely do. Right in front of you, you seen one of the greatest symbols of Black love that we've been able to witness in modern day get destroyed and turn into a train wreck. And but there's a but to this. How did it get destroyed? That's the catalyst. They made the Black woman do it. Remember, the Black woman has got a stigma. She's angry, she's aggressive, and this, that, and the third. So they repeatedly showed you Will becoming unraveled while Jada took charge. And I seen something today, just briefly, that was kind of crazy. Like how quick a story will go and go all over the place. And we just run with it and spit the narrative back and forth. First of all, she said she was never in a relationship with Tupac. So why are we all repeating that? She said she literally has never been in a relationship with him. She said they tried a couple of times, it failed miserably. They just realized that it was much better as friends. And then he proposed to her while he was in jail. Negroes always proposing in jail. I proposed while I was in jail. She did me the same way Jada did. Yahoo, my peace queen. So now, there's a lot of media involvement in spinning this whole thing, and it's being done intentionally to make you look at Jada a certain kind of way. Now, I'm not saying whether she's innocent or not, but they're intentionally showing you that this woman controls the. Now, let's think about who Will Smith is. He ain't been silly since The Fresh Prince. His movies, he is straight buffed, gunslinger, action hero. You know, that's Mike Lowry. Mike Lowry. They got him playing this super dude. But look though, what comes? So you got to peep the play. What is a mandatory with a Will Smith character? He's gonna be two things. He's gonna be bravado and brave, but he always is a ladies' man. It's not that he just is you got some actors that they always get an attractive woman by the end of the movie. No. Will always plays someone that is amazing with women. He's the love coach. He's always somebody that women fall over in his movies. So why do they keep showing you Jada in control? Let's go back to the beginning of their relationship. Every time they was public, she used to idolize him and toot his horn. When he did a kiss scene in one of those movies, they asked her how did she feel about him having to do the kissing scene. She said, "Oh, girl is lucky because he's an amazing kisser." She always held him down and didn't show the jealousy aspect. So what you seen was an unshakable relationship that didn't even involve jealousy. And it always seemed as if she gladly gave him the power. So what happened to where 360 and now you always see her in power? And coincidentally, when you seen when it was all about bravado in mainstream Black America, then every interview, Will was and now society is shifting to this sensitive man thing where women are in charge over men, and they especially want to show that Black women are in charge over men. Now that we see that, now all of a sudden, Will keep getting crying on TV and having all these sensitive moments, and every time you see him, he just look like a poodle and all this shit. Ladies and gentlemen, we're getting played. We're getting played. They're showcasing a certain energy that they want us to see. Now, she's of course she's gonna tell it how she want to tell it, but it's some behind the scene backdrop. So like, excuse me, according to her, the Will Smith slapping dude didn't have nothing to do with her, and she was shot when it happened. The real issue allegedly is that Chris Rock had been trying to hit. So it's like, how you trying to hit something, but then now you want to crack jokes because I ain't give you no action. That's the narrative that they paint behind the scenes. And so my whole thing is there's another little piece to this puzzle. Now, I didn't watch the Oscars. I rented a battle rap. It was a big battle rap battle on that night. So I rented the battle rap battle. And all night they had people tweeting the battle rap because they kept saying, we're competing with the Oscars tonight and we up. So at one point they had got battle rap. Let's think about this. Battle rap had gotten a bigger platform than the Oscars. 80% of people at the Oscars probably didn't even know battle rap exists. Battle rap was whooping the Oscars. And then Chris Rock got slapped. Then the number one trending thing in America was Chris Rock getting slapped by Will Smith. So now we always got to peep the play, is what I'm telling y'all. You got to pay attention. They were losing in the Oscars as far as the numbers wise. They're looking at the numbers wise, and the Oscars been losing its momentum and popularity lately. So now, on a night where it ain't much going on but a damn battle rap event, they should be cleaning up. But they look at the numbers and they're getting their ass kicked by battle rappers. Literally, I was watching the thing and they kept having people tweet and saying, and then they finally announced we're beating the Oscars. So it's a lot of components to this thing. So what if that look that Jada gave Will was not a look that I'm mad, you better do something? What if that was a look, it's time? What if that was his cue to go slap Chris Rock? Because now they wasn't married. That's another thing. They ain't been married since 2016. So for him to say, keep my wife's name out your mouth, you're not married to her. Well, they was legally still married, but they had been separated for years. So she was like, when he said keep my wife name, it threw me off because we ain't called each other husband and wife in years. So now I'm calling cap. I never believed that was a real thing. And now I believe it even less because all the people that was, because I took the stance, you can't tell another man how to respond about his wife. Because you say something about my wife in the wrong place, wrong time, we both probably slap shit out. But it's a couple possibilities. He could be trying to get back in good, a lot of things. But she said after that slap, they got back together. So according to her, they hadn't been together for 7 years. He fired on Chris Rock ass and he was back in. Maybe he knew, like, this will get me back right. Back. I'm back, baby. I don't know. But they married separately living. Yeah. But they ain't been together 7 years and they ain't been calling each other husband and wife type shit. But my whole thing is this is a double-edged sword, though. Because here's the thing. Now you got to flip the court over to the other side. Now, on the other side of this thing, you got, like I say, I was listening to the Cardi B thing, and after she was done rapping, she started telling everybody to suck her D. Now, I'm hoping Cardi B knows that she doesn't have one of those. But it's popular now. It's popular now for women to say suck my D. And it's popular now for men to paint their fingernails and wear dresses. So now we got to see. So now let's think about this. If you don't have the men in the home front, a lot of times, you don't have, a lot of us don't have two-parent households nowadays. So now, I was looking at, and I told y'all this last week, I was watching the basketball player, Jimmy Butler. He showed up at the press conference with a doo-wop, some shit like y'all be having. Bangs to the side and all kind of shit. What the fuck? You look like you came from the parlor. You know, y'all women say y'all be at the parlor. He just came from the salon. They went to the salon. So now, but what he talking about is he made the statement, y'all know how important my daughter is to me. And get to talking about some stuff with him and his daughter. So now I'm looking at this. So you taking this effeminized ass version of a black man in front of a little black girl. And so I tell y'all all the time, we teach directly and indirectly. It ain't always what you say. Sometimes most of the time is what you don't say. Because kids watch your ass like a hawk. You can talk all you want to. That child watching you. And your motherfucking actions better add up with all this shit. Now, so now look at the world right now. You got so many women. And I can't even say just black women because most women of all races like black men. So really, just women in general of all races is complaining, what's up with the men? These men ain't right. These ain't the same men. So here's the problem. When you have men raising young women to accept men in dresses, because let's just be honest, these men wouldn't be getting on national TV wearing dresses if after they got off national TV, they couldn't get in your dress. I'm sorry to be so graphic, but the bottom line is you women is accepting these effeminized men. And so once you accept it, it becomes a thing. Now you got men raising young women to believe that a strong man is a man with a doo-wop hairdo and a dress on. How? But we don't see that this is a thing that's done. This wasn't no accident. Y'all look up Flip Wilson. He was the first one. Hold on. Can I shrink my screen? No, I can't. I'm sorry, y'all. Hold on, how come? I should be able to make it smaller. There we go. All right, now I'm gonna look up Flip Wilson. He had a show in the when was this shit? Hold on, y'all. Flip Wilson show. All right, let me see. Okay, my fault, y'all. All right, Flip Wilson show came out in 1974. Now, that's the first person, that's the first black man that they put on national TV with the dress thing. So Flip Wilson had he had one of them shows like in Living Color type show, and they gave him a primetime show, and as a result, he created a character called Geraldine, and Geraldine used to be up there in a dress every goddamn night, black as midnight, looking like me with a wig on. Now, the show blew up, and he got a bag off that. But we're not understanding what that really is. Because you sending a message, especially in 1974. Do you know young black America in 1974 was all over the place? But the 70s was a touchy time. Because we was treading the line with feminine black man then with the disco shit and them tight ass pants. It was in a scary space. And here old Flip Wilson up there with a dress on, shimmying with a nickname. That's a dangerous space, bro. Y'all have to understand. But yeah, so now you get to a history of what Dave Chappelle said. When Dave Chappelle went on Oprah Winfrey show, he said, let me see. I fucked up. No, never mind. He said they try to get him to wear a dress for the Blue Street. He said when he was on the set of Blue Street, he said he went into his dressing room and there was a dress in there hanging up. He said dude came in right after him and asked him what was that all about. He say we got this really funny scene. Oh, it's hilarious. It's you and Martin, and you're gonna be dressed like a pimp, and he's gonna be dressed like a hoe, and it's hilarious. And then Dave told him, no, I don't want to do that. Oh, but it's hilarious. No, I don't want to do that. But all the greats have done it. Well, if all the greats have done it, then it's getting old. Dudes storm out mad. Next thing you know, somebody else come in. Oh, Dave, you got to do the scene. It's hilarious. After going a couple rounds with this motherfucker, no, I'm not doing it. He leave, then a goddamn director, producer come in. Oh, and I'm not wearing no motherfucking dress. And once it's final that he ain't finna do it, they come back 10 minutes, got a whole new scene. How the fuck you write a whole new scene in 10 minutes? You had it already. You just tried to get me in that dress like you did every fucking body else. So now, for everybody that's saying it don't matter, then what's the big deal? What's the necessity to take every masculine black man in Hollywood and place him in a dress? The list go on and on. I see people talking about Big Mama House. We got 1, 2, and 3. The richest black man in Hollywood. How did he get there? in a dress. The richest black man in Hollywood took over in a dress. You know how many people came before him? He can't fucking act. You got Denzel, you got legendary actors. And this guy was able to get all of these acres in his own studio. That's because he got 17 Medeas. A black man in a dress smoking reefer with a pistol. That's what it took to take over Hollywood. A black man pretending to be your grandmother smoking weed in a dress. And the sick part about it, I don't even think y'all remember, this was a fucking church play. Madea started as a church play. And he tried to do a play. His first play was something with the little kids and it flopped. So after the first play with the little kids flopped, he crossed over to your high grandma with a pistol and took off. And y'all got no problem with this? Nobody else could conquer Hollywood. All of the legendary actors before him, he get it. Who else got big? Who they call the greatest comedian of all time? Who they call the greatest comedian of all time? They say Richard the greatest. He put a dress on in his first movie. They put Richard in a dress as soon as they put him on the big screen. Nigga getting that dress. You listen to the Richard Pryor roast and listen to him tell homosexual stories. Now that's his preference, but it's always something else going on. Richard having a whole relationship with Marlon Brando, the #1 white boy in Hollywood. Is this connected to how Rich got to the top? He tell you stories at his roast about going into meetings with what's that man name he be with all the time? Y'all know who I'm talking about. His best friend, sweet as I don't know what. He call him she all the time. And dude be laughing. He called him she. He literally called him she. And he was at the roast talking about when they was going into these offices with these executives, they knew they was going to have to give out BJs. And dude couldn't wait to get so he take dude with him all the time. So dude to get a BJ under the table so they can get what they need to get done. This Richard Pryor telling you. In order to get in these big movies, somebody getting a BJ. So I'm going to take my gay friend and let him do you. But they ain't let Richard off the hook. Marlon Brando want to meet you. You're the funniest man in the world. Our #1 movie star wants to hang out with you. You're the funniest man in the world. So what happens when you're sitting at the dinner table with Marlon Brando and he's telling you all the wonderful things he can do for your career and telling you about he's got a new a director that's going to personally make sure that you make it to the top. And all of this is great. And then his fucking hand is on your thigh under the table. And it simply means you move my hand off your thigh, everything I just said was a lie. If it stay here, you'll be great. I never heard of Tyler before then. The church women brought these movies into the black households. And that's the crazy part about it. They brought that shit into our households and then look at the stories. This is how you understand what's really going on. Look at these stories with Madea. It's all the lowest level of black existence. Yeah, this shit ain't uplifting. Everybody's a pimp, drug pusher, drug addict, abusive husband, dope fiend, mother. It's the worst of everything. And in the middle of all of that shit, they singing church songs and tell a few jokes with the fat dude that clothes don't never match. Come on, man. This was horrible. This shit was modern day blaxploitation in the guise of a church. This was modern day blaxploitation in the guise of the church. And we let it fly because it was funny. Why did the church approve of grandma smoking weed and having a pistol? And now, okay, now about that, you said at this point you think he's a plant. This is what I deducted recently, because I used to say that, but it's almost in my opinion like calling Donald Trump racist. Soon as I call Donald Trump racist, what that implies is that every motherfucker before him wasn't racist, and I'm not willing to state that claim. So when I say that there's such thing as an industry plant, that implies that all of them ain't full of shit, and I think they all are. I think it's not. I don't think anything past your first couple of years in your career, you don't understand what piece of shit the industry is. If you stay, you on the take. I just don't see how. I heard something in a Tupac. Just I keep letting y'all know I'm doing this Tupac thing, Life of an Outlaw. So I just be running into shit, and I remember he's doing this interview after he get out, and he's pissed off, and he's ranting, and then saying that like how he's getting locked up, but it's all of these filthy people around here raping and messing with kids, and why ain't nobody worried about them? And I thought about something. There's always a thing within a thing. What you just said to us is, these pedophiles and shit exist. Why that shit don't be in your songs? You rap about every motherfucking thing but the pedophiles. Why? It's a shitload of them. You've been all through Hollywood. You've been at the mansion parties. You and Puffy used to be partners. You and all of this shit. You could tell us Brenda's got a baby and some shit like that. Tell us about what's going on. Why you don't rap about what's going on at the mansion parties? Why you don't rap about which one of these corporate execs got little boys? Because you used to hang with Puffy. That means you like young boys. Why you ain't never put that in the rap? But y'all was beefing though. See, we got to get past the starstruck shit and start looking behind the scenes, because with the Will and Jada thing, it wasn't Atlas, you know me, God. It wasn't that I cared about them. It's that I peeped the play, and I see what they doing is just using them to affect black culture and black relationships. Them people, Jada, in my opinion, I think they both beards. I think they both beards, and I think they both pedophiles. And I don't think, that's why they say they got a life partnership. I don't think it's nothing that can separate them because they know too much about each other. I think this all just cap. Jada is a man. I wouldn't doubt it. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm the dude that say most of these female celebrities is men. I firmly believe that. Once I found out old girl from Transformers was a man, allegedly, then I said they could get us with anything. They could get us with anything. Once I seen that. Now, as far as Willow, here's what I think with the kids. When you getting up in that space, you have to give something. You got to give something to get something. So it's multiple ways to sacrifice. Now, if you're not one of these gangster rappers, and you don't got it in you to do the blood sacrifice and take somebody out, then you give your children to the industry. So this is why when you see Jaden, he basically wants to be a woman, and then you see Willow, she basically wants to be a man. So it's like they gave the children to the industry, and the industry is always going to switch the gender. So that's what I see. I see ceremonial shit with them and their kids. I see them as high-level sorcerers, and they bullshitting. You want to know the truth about Jada? Go watch her video when she was with that motherfucking rock band. When she was doing all that satanic shit, all that blood and vampire teeth and witches and warlocks. What about that shit, Jada? We ain't forgot you was in the cemetery looking like the wicked witch of Hell's Gates. So they into some other shit, bro. I think it's all cap. I think it's all cap for views. You notice every time, like who would give a shit about Jada if she wasn't talking about Will? Like, you had some cool movies in the 90s, but past that, who gives a shit about Jada other than when she talk about Will? The only reason why the Red Table Talk was successful because she his wife, and we figured she was gonna do exactly what she did, run his ass through the dirt. If she even doing that, I think he here for a lot of it. I don't even think the people even see each other that much. I don't think they ever really did to the extent that they want us to think. He like boys, allegedly. So it's like, and then another thing too is like, we sitting here worried about Augusta Allenstein and shit like that. She was fucking the little crisscross boy. This ain't nothing new. Hella people knew Jada Pinkett. All you gotta do is Google, YouTube that shit. All kind of shit gonna pop up. Jada Pinkett was fucking with the little boy from Crisscross when he was 16. What the fuck are you doing? So these people all sick and twisted, but they're using this to weaponize against our people. So now you look at look at the album cover they did with Rihanna and ASAP Rocky. She in the front walking strong. This nigga on the back carrying the baby. What the fuck are we doing here? Nah, I ain't got no problem with that man want to carry his baby. But that's what a lot of y'all argument was. And that's what be frustrating about like we have to understand the power of media and imagery. Like, do you think these people put millions and billions of dollars in the media if it doesn't sway and affect people's opinion? Let's think about it. Just think about something so simple. In the back of your mind, you know white folk don't like you. You know that. You know they can't stand you. In the back of your mind, you know they don't like most niggas. You know this. This is something you know. Somehow you convinced yourself that every 4 years, when they get on the TV and show you two white men battling it out, I'm better than you. I'm smarter than you. You're going to ruin the country. You're going to destroy the people. I'm going to help black people. No, you're not. They do that shit every 4 years. And what you Negroes do? Y'all jump, I'm going for this one. This one right for black folks. And y'all find some way through osmosis or whatever to unanimously agree that this white man gonna save us. And then y'all get out there and y'all go vote. And y'all been doing this for the last 80 years or so, and it hasn't worked yet. You know why you keep doing it though? Because imagery and media. They get out there. Why'd y'all vote for Hillary? Y'all don't know. I'm gonna tell you why you voted for her. She pulled hot sauce on her purse. After that, Black America went crazy. I keep a bottle of Tabasco in my purse. And y'all tweeted it and shared it all over the purse. And I was so hurt that Polar Tink, y'all actually think this billionaire heifer walks around the world with hot sauce in her purse. Y'all actually believed it. They said Bill Clinton was the first black president. And wait. Let me stop fronting. They didn't say it. I said it too. I repeated that stupid shit. We literally was calling Bill Clinton the first black president. You know why? Because he came to a barbecue. He came to the ghetto, sat down at the barbecue, and ate some barbecue with us. And after that, he was black. We didn't know nothing about the history. We didn't know nothing about the fact that he made a career and got rich off locking up black people in Arkansas. We didn't know that. We didn't know that they based his entire come up off locking up black folks in Arkansas. We didn't know that there was a famous case of some brothers that was running that whole area with the drug trade, and popping them off made him big enough to put him in contention for the presidency. We didn't know that. everything is about you. They say Barack Obama, we went crazy. The real first black president. He came in with that swagger. He could shoot a basketball and play the trumpet. Let me ask you this, Black America. How come until Obama came, we never gave a shit if the president could shoot hoops or not? Like, I never seen no other president shoot a basket into the hoop and play the trumpet. Why'd they have Obama do it? This is the type of shit go over our head. Because black folks like basketball and trumpets. Just that simple. No other president did we give a shit. Nobody said, I wonder if that nigga Clinton can hit a three. I mean, you say you black, nigga, shoot the ball. He was at the barbecue. Nobody handed him a basketball like, Chief, what you got? It's traversing. Rihanna is a trans, and so is Rock. Actually carry that baby, not Rihanna. That's a moon bump. Those celebrities be wearing. Hey, you know, I ain't gonna hard stamp that, but I definitely rock with that type of thinking. That don't surprise me. I don't. I believe that they play with the gender a lot more than they want us to even admit. Y'all know how I feel about old girl that used to be in the White House. So we're just gonna leave that there. And I'm saying this right here. They gave you Planned Parenthood. Why? To disrupt the black family. They gave you the private prisons. Why? To disrupt the black family. They gave you mass incarceration, disrupt the black family. They gave you crack cocaine, disrupt the black family. The pimp culture, they created it, disrupt the black family. Welfare was created for middle-aged white women. It became black women's thing, along with Section 8, which go hand in hand because why? Once you take Section 8, welfare, and private prisons, these three systems create incarcerated baby daddies. That's why they're here. Welfare, Section 8, mass incarceration. Section 8 says you can't stay unless you're the only one there, which means that black man, when he get out of prison, he can't come here. Welfare. This is the money and assistance we're going to give you to replace that no good nigga that got locked up. The government going to help you. You don't need that nigga. So now you can get food and you can get a weekly check and you can get a low rent. The only thing you got to do is put that nigga out. And now we got black women saying, I don't need a nigga. Fuck my baby daddy. I'm independent. I wonder where that came from. See, when you don't know your history, people could trick you. The black woman never had a problem being independent because in Africa, you was equal. Sometimes you was over us. So it was never a thing for a black man to say a black woman was equal. Have you ever been into a real black household? Black men don't run shit unless he get angry. Past that point, he laid down and wait for dinner. Black women run households. So therefore, the fuck is what black women screaming independent for? She never needed no independence. It's your house. The only thing I do is come in here and give you my check and go to sleep. And if the kids need discipline, y'all wake me up and I whoop ass. Come on. This was a smoke screen to disrupt the family structure because that's where the power is at. A black man will kill the world for his family. and a black woman will stop at nothing to keep her family together. So with these two mentalities, you could not continually keep them in the same room and hold on to a revolution. No. If you got somebody who would die over the people that they next to, and the other person would do anything to keep all of us together, how long can I let these people stay around each other and still win? It's impossible. The only way to win is to take these two people that think like that and make sure that they never are together. And when they are, the only thing they see is what they don't like about each other. That's what has to be done. And now if we can create that, then the job will do itself. And so now, no more husband and wives, baby mamas, and baby daddies. This is one of the greatest forms of self-hate that we're not even peeping. And so now, how could you possibly bring forth warrior? Because remember, this all started with us being in war. And war is fought for generations, which means you have to prepare the next generation for what y'all went through. Well, how are you going to prepare the next generation when the two strategists don't live together? So whenever daddy get the kid, all he got time to do is implement his personal agenda. And then when mama get home, get the kid back, she feel like she got to undo whatever daddy did that she disagreed with. So there's a constant tug of war with the child's mental. And then the child develops a rebellious thing, and you want to know what's wrong with them. Well, they've been being pulled all these various directions, and then the personality splits and chooses its own direction. Usually not one we agree with. All of this will happen right in your living room on your couch while you're drinking a beer and smoking a blunt. Because when you watch family shows and sitcoms, you're under the impression that these is just jokes and somebody trying to be funny and make money. Every single show you've ever watched had an agenda to push forward the thought process in the system. Right when everybody, you watch this, right when all of the rappers was claiming that they was Bloods and talking about the Zopound, Haitian, and all of that shit, what was the biggest movie in America? Bad Boys 2. And what was it about? It was about the Haitians doing what? Bringing ecstasy into the country. Coincidentally, as this show came out, ecstasy was booming in the country, and every rapper was screaming that they was Zopound. That's the Haitian mafia. Haitian, I don't call them a mafia, but that's the Haitian brothers that do their thing, whatever. They don't do shit just to do shit. You see all of these you got the 80s, late 80s, early 90s. This is the end of the crack era, or the middle of the crack era. So now a lot of people getting off because there's so much racism going on that when you get a lot of these black versus white cases, brothers was getting off just on the racial discrepancy. Brothers getting caught with 30 bricks, but that racial line was there, and these attorneys and shit and lawyers are so overzealous. You had lawyers supposed to be representing a person throwing the case just because they was black, and all of this stuff was happening. So then, what did they realize? They need more black men and women interested in law. And then we get the Cosby Show. And now you got Claire Huxtable, who's a big-time attorney, black woman. You got Cliff Huxtable, he's a doctor, and the children are well-mannered. This reconfigures Black America's thought process. And now you can just tell logically, it's just 2 + 2 moment. If the number one show in America becomes one where a black woman is a very well-off lawyer at a time when there aren't very many black lawyers in America, and especially not black women, then you can know, statistically speaking, the numbers went up like crazy on young black men and especially young black women trying to go to law school. So now what happens is, once this trickle down and take effect, this dude who got caught with these 10 bricks, the next one they get caught with 10 bricks, he won't get off with this racism shit because he's going to have a black lawyer doing it. He's going to be one of us, but he's going to be black. Everything is about making sure that the system does what it's supposed to do. And what it's supposed to do is keep the family structure at odds. So when you fast forward to today and you see how black people feel about each other, your mind tells you that this is just the way it's supposed to be. Most of us didn't grow up with our mother and father in the home together anyway. So how do we know the importance of it? We all think we just fine. Most of us batshit crazy, but we all think we just fine. So if I turned out just fine, then ain't no sense in me saying that you need 2 parents, because hey, I didn't have to. I turned out. That's the type of stupid shit we think. We don't think about all the times we wished our mama or daddy or the other parent was there. We don't think about that. We just think about the fact that we're here now when we made it. And so this is when you look at, let's go back to Dave Chappelle saying, now he went on the Oprah Winfrey show and she was asking him about it. And he said, my son be telling me, let me see. My son always tell me how to do this and I don't never do it right. Let me see if wait, is that? No, I don't think so. Let me see. So what I was going to say is, let me try one more thing. Is it this one? Share screen. Is it that? Let me see something. Okay. I think this is, wait. All right, I figured it out. Never mind. So I ain't gonna worry about playing it. I was finna try to play it. Never mind. So either way it go, he went on the show called The Actor Studio, and he went on the Oprah Winfrey show, and they was asking him about the dress incident with Martin, and he said, maybe he a conspiracy theorist or whatever the case may be, but he was just sitting around and thought about it, and he realized over the years they put every black man in a dress. And he said, why all these strong brothers got to wear a dress? And you think about everybody who's everybody that didn't put in a dress, or then they had to play some feminine ass role, or the infamous Denzel getting shot in the butt. It's always get shot in the butt, because you got to think about it. Like, in the realm of reality, how often is it that somebody gets shot in the ass? I just don't think it's a. I mean, of course, it's more common than we think, but it's just not something that you're going to see as much as we see it in Hollywood. But it's something about that, because now for the rest of the movie, this guy got to bend over, rub his butt, and all that shit. And we seen that in Bad Boys too. What happened to Martin? He got shot in the butt, and he had to use the floater. We keep seeing this get shot in the butt thing. And so now this is where I say it becomes dangerous, because when I leave out of my house into a world that sees me dangerous unless I downplay my masculinity. So the only way I'm not a threat is if you see me as something effeminized, which means all your dealings with me is going to be to try to, in an attempt to find a way to effeminize me so that you can feel safer. Okay, now in the realms of being at war and what we call white America, this is understandable psyche. What makes it difficult is when I leave that world and step into my home front to a situation where now I'm being effeminized in the home front. And there's that infamous picture that y'all been passing around all week where Jada's sitting there like a man would with her legs wide open, and Will's got his crossed off, and it's like, is that subtly really happening? I guess. Is she really taking this man and finding different ways to publicly neuter him? And if so, then why? Why? How? At what point did she realize she could do this? What is she gaining from it? All these different questions kind of pop up in my head about the whole scenario. You just keep seeing it. You had this thing with Tyrese and DJ Envy from the Breakfast Club. His woman saying he's horrible in sex, and then Tyrese had a scene to him, and he was just Tyrese trying to get with his wife. Like, it's an energy out here that is about F the man, the women are stronger type of energy. And right in front of us, it's like the men are taking, I don't know, it's like acceptance. Shazra Ali said the other day when I was listening to her, and she was talking about that statement that a lot of conscious dudes make about the black woman being God. And until probably about 4 or 5 months ago, I used to say it too. I used to debate it. But now, with that being said, she added a new perspective. I no longer agree with that theory. Not because of her, but just like I said, about 4 or 5 months ago, something happened. But either way it go. Now, she was saying that back in the day, the black woman used to say that the black man was God. And so she's saying that the way society has changed, the black man no longer feels like God, so has accepted the back seat out of psychological defeat. So now that's an interesting perspective, but you can kind of see it playing out societal wise, as because here's the thing about men becoming more feminine. There has to be a space that's not getting, because how is he not wondering how his woman is going to perceive it? So if there's this is two part. There's a process of men becoming effeminized, but they're stepping into that space with some type of already understanding that women are going to understand or accept it. And the only reason why women are accepting it because you're moving into a space where you feel more manly than the men and are starting to say it. So when you see the man in a dress, you subconsciously is like, you kind of, it's like your subconscious already accepted that's what he was in already, and that's what's gonna happen. So it's not an issue to you. Like what I'm saying is, in a real paradigm, if the women of a race look up and see all of the men behaving as women, to real women, that's terrifying. So the moment when black women looked up and seen black men of any caliber rocking dresses, y'all supposed to went public and not accepted it. Now, the queen gave me a great perspective on that I'm two-part on it. So I'm not hard stamping what I'm saying, because her perspective was a lot of women looked at this cross-dressing and effeminizing of men is just like men attempting to dominate another space that women are in. So it's not even about men trying to be like women. It's about dominating a woman's space. Now that's deep as fuck, and that's some psychological shit to think about. So I gotta give her that. She put some paint where it ain't and had me thinking on the flip side of that. I'm still gonna hold dear to the fact that in some respects, I still think black women should have been appalled. I still think last week, Drake showed us his fingernails is pink and he had pink barrettes going on through his hair. After that, I don't think he should sell an album. But women are still going to be his biggest supporters when he's slowly showing that he's coming out of the closet. And I think they all are, because that's what's popular now. So they all they are attention whores. So now that being effeminized is the new popular thing, you're going to slowly start seeing people try to get on the bandwagon. Now everybody about to start painting their nails to match their outfits and all that shit. I'm telling you, it's coming. He did some slick shit. The first time Drake showed us the pink fingernails, this is what he did. He showed you the watch first, and it had the diamonds in the bezel, and he mesmerized you with that. Then he flipped it over and showed you the pink nails. What we're not paying attention to, I froze the screen and look at the bezel of the watch. It's rainbow going around. So it wasn't just diamonds, it was multicolored diamonds, but it was the rainbow going around the bezel of his watch. Then he showed you the pink fingers. He letting you know what time it is. They're all about to start coming out the closet. Snoop was painting his nails pink 5-6 years ago. Why? And there's no justification. It's fashion. It's style. What justification does a man have? A man. Fuck all this new shit y'all doing, and there's no such thing as gender, and don't be trying to pigeonhole me into it. No, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. I'm going to tell you why we're not doing that. We're not doing that because I choose to disrespect your right to believe whatever. We're not doing that because I choose to disrespect your right to think whatever you think. The reason why we're not doing that is because we can't afford the confusion. The only reason why I'm not trying to impress myself on anyone. The only reason why I'm choosing to identify as what we call a man is because my physical makeup says so. If my physical genetic makeup from birth said anything different, I would ride with that. Because otherwise it can get crazy. And I know y'all into this thing where people could be what they want to be. I'm not here to tell nobody shit. I'm just here for a realistic moment. Because I have wives. And they're women. And I love the fact that they're women. God forbid somebody wakes up tomorrow feeling like a man. And I got to work my way through that. Life is complicated enough. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to take how we came to this planet and respect the God that sent us here this way. That's it. Nothing deep, nothing personal, nothing bothering anybody else. I'm choosing to respect the way God sent me here. Simple. And I can't afford, because remember, this all started with us. We're at war. We're still coming to terms with all of these different variations of what people we could be. We're arguing over, we might be the Israelites, we might be African, we might be Aboriginal. We're still debating that thing. And in the middle of debating all that thing, now, once I figure out whether I'm African, Aboriginal, or Israelite, then I got to decide what gender I want to be. It's late in the fourth quarter. That's all I'm saying. So right now, Down South Connect, what's going on, kid? So right now, it's late in the fourth quarter. We don't have time to deal with that part. Whoever does, go for it. But we trying to gain some ground here. And so we got to look at all the things that's affecting us in real time. The biggest catalyst to our problem right now is relationships between our men and our women. How can a nation decide which way to move forward if the nation heads don't have a conversation? So if the black man and the black woman can't sit down and have a conversation, then the only thing we have to know next is why. And then you're going to run off a whole list of reasons. And everything on that list of reasons all going to amount to the same shit. This is a war, and this is what they did to you. But you're so arrogant, you don't want to admit it got done to you, so then we can't get better. Everybody's smart as fuck. Nobody got taken advantage of. We're just a bunch of smart captives. Everybody know the solution. Everybody is super intellectual. We still hostages, though. So we got to deal with the part of how we got into this situation. What the fuck we going to do to get out? Because you're not going to get out of this. I'm going to tell you like this right here. You Negroes be talking about the black woman ain't submissive enough. Ain't nobody submitting to no fucking baby daddy. You're a baby daddy. Fuck you. That means you came over, you got some one night, and it stayed with her. And because of that, you want submission and all of these radical things. You say these men ain't real leaders. Not for nothing. I'm not taking charge of nobody who can't stop twerking. I'm just not. If you're at the club 3 times a month, I'm not fucking with you, let alone 3 times this week. If you go to the club 3 times this year, you're not my kind of people. How we going to build an empire in booty shorts? How we going to build an empire When everything is just about being nasty and having sex. The whole persona that we're pushing and we're falling for is the black woman got to be naked. She got to be naked and feisty. And y'all falling right in line with this shit. But as we went to this thing Friday, me and the wife went to something for her work function. One of the sisters had on a fishnet from head to toe. You could literally, you could see everything. And then somebody was like, they ain't finna let you in with that. She like, watch. And it covered up and ran in there. That's fine. And before y'all get to saying all this, well, that's her body. She got the right to do what she wants. That she does. It's her body. She got the right to do all of that. You're right. It's just one question. Once we get past her right to do that, what's her need to do it? What's the need for a grown woman to walk into a public event with her private parts showing? And she ain't there. She not the entertainment. Now, listen, I'm going to make it more specific. This is a man's birthday party who has a woman. Now, fuck their personal situation. I'm just saying, from a thinking perspective, so you're going to another woman, man party, half naked. We so far removed from logic that logical shit don't even make sense. We think it makes sense that black women should be the only women in the world butt ass naked in the summertime walking down the street. How come nobody else is doing it? How come all women is the only woman that thinks she need to be butt naked down there when she outside, and we consider that sexy? I be seeing the queens walk around, got a steady tug her dress down. Why you put something on that you got a tug on all day? And I'm not even bagging on sisters. Here's what the thing is. Society told y'all what sexy is. Because here's the thing. All this comes through hip-hop. First, they had you acting tough. And then that took its toll. And so you kind of faded out. And the female rappers kind of left the game for a minute. Until they got the hint. You come back in, you come butt naked. And then you had a resurgence in the female hip-hop again. They let y'all come back every time y'all get nasty. Once you get positive, they're going to shut that shit down. Until you come back nasty, then they let you have it. Why? This is something you don't understand. The reason why they promote you being sexy and down there naked, you think it makes you look like some type of sex goddess. Here's what it makes you look. It makes you look easy and fuckable. So, anybody that you meet half naked, I don't give a fuck what he tells you. He want to fuck you. He wants to have sex. Now, sometimes it works, sometimes it don't. Most times it don't. But what you're creating is just a bunch of people lusting off of each other. And so these people who make these babies never knew each other. They never cared. They just wanted to have sex. Then somebody got pregnant because they enjoy having sex with each other. So the reason why you have so many baby mamas and baby daddies, because we didn't give a shit about each other when we met. We only met to fuck. And after that happens, at some point, people who only together to have sex get tired of having sex with each other. And the way the universe works is the day you decide you're tired of her, so that she get pregnant. The day when you like, man, you know what? I'm going to go and do it one more time. And then you give her the begrudging sex. And that seed right there, hard-head ass kid that you got to keep bonding out and shit every week. We're not making children because we love each other with people that we love. So the only thing you're producing is broken people in broken homes. This is systematic. And it has to be addressed and approached from a systematic perspective. We got to reject the Will and Jadas. Thank you, Queen. You got to know something to know something. This old too. This is one of the first shirts I made. But here, that's the thing. We don't have a foundational understanding of what this is we're dealing with. So then we don't have a real good understanding of how to conquer it. Once you know that this entire nation, the entire planet, if you want to go that far, has been weaponized to keep you in a certain thought process, because you have to keep in mind, everything you're looking at was stolen from you. So the catch is to keep you thinking like you ain't got shit. Because doesn't baby daddy sound extremely far removed from king of the land? So as long as you keep calling yourself baby daddy and her baby mama, how the fuck y'all ever gonna be a king and a queen? There are no queen baby mamas. The queen would never allow being a baby mama. No, she's producing an offspring for the king. And he damn near gotta kill her to get her out this goddamn castle. Not insult her and do some shit on Tuesday she ain't like. Back in the old day, you have to throw her ass off the balcony. Or she throwing your ass up. The only way we leaving is somebody go off that goddamn balcony. Because otherwise, we gonna be here. No fucking baby mamas and baby daddies. Ain't no empire ever been built, created, or ran by a baby mama. None of these people put in front of you are here to do anything other than confuse you and teach you everything you're not supposed to be doing. So when we look at the Will and Jada thing or anything like this, we got to look behind it and see what we're really looking at. Like this brother over here had said, this thing is so intricate that and a lot of y'all ain't even gonna believe me or like me when I say this, but most of the time when you see celebrity women pregnant, they're not even pregnant. Beyonce was not pregnant. And I know a lot of y'all think I'm bugging, but all you gotta do, go to you can Google this. Anybody could Google this. Beyonce fake baby on Oprah or something to that effect, and they're gonna show you when she had that thing on her belly, she did a move or set a certain way on the Oprah show, and when you slow motion, she creased the whole goddamn thing, and you could see it was like a pillow thing there. She wasn't pregnant with that girl. Here's what happens: you got sit-ins, you got stand-ins, you got abductions, you got all kind of shit. A lot of times it be somebody close to them that they pay to pretend, and they only be having the child for public appearances and pictures and shit like that. When they leave y'all sight, that child don't go nowhere near them. That's one method. Another method is they was all friends, and then whoa, damn, what happened to the parents? Tragedy. Or you could do like the Obamas do, take your partner, your secretary, and people that work for you that you've been friends with for 20, 30 years, and you can use their children. And all y'all could go on family outings together. His wife and you and your wife, and all of the children can kind of just be everybody's children. And then people don't know. You could do that too. This is this is bizarro world. This is nothing what you see is what you seen. And I just don't understand how y'all don't be understanding that this shit is all smoke and mirrors. It's all tracking you with trickery. Most of these men are not even sexually active with women on a regular. And especially don't like women enough to lay down and make babies with them. Like, just think about it. Every time you see Jay-Z and Beyonce, you see them in a power moment. Where's them on the fucking when they go to Disney World? Where's the fucking family vacation with Jay-Z and Beyonce in the Alps and some shit for the weekend? You're a billionaire. There's no family vacation moments. You only put out one album every 5 years. She don't even drop albums as frequently as she used to. Y'all rich as fuck. You do one album every other year. So that means this is the part of life that everybody worked for. You done put in, both of y'all done put in 20, 30-year careers. Now you could sit back and just enjoy being rich, have a couple of side businesses, and do stuff with your family. Where's the family get-togethers at? How come we never see Jay-Z, Beyonce, and the baby doing something fun? We see their ass at a Laker game or some shit. Why they don't? I know they don't go out rock climbing or whatever rich motherfuckers do to go out to the Alps. None of that shit. The French Riviera, none of that shit. Like, this is Beyonce. Got the baddest chick in the game wearing my chain. You don't want to show her off. You don't want to show us you and Beyonce out in France. At least Kanye got a BJ in Italy or some shit. I mean, it wasn't that romantic, but then again, it depends on who you are. It's kind of romantic. I mean, like, a BJ in Italy, that's not normal. It's something. We could see Kanye and them going to the store, going out to dinner. I just seen T.I. and Tiny going out to dinner. You could see something. This is, I just did a song about gluttony. Everybody just wants what everybody wants. Excess is the new access. Excess is the new access. So there's a don't say no to me space where everybody feel like they should be. It's an entitlement era. And that just turns to greed and stepping on each other's toes and not giving a shit. And now this woman who was drop dead gorgeous, who I couldn't keep my eyes off of, is just my baby mama now. And she be tripping and this bitch be hating. Like, what happened, bro? 30 days ago, you couldn't stop looking at her butt and telling her she was wonderful. That's because all he wanted to do was look at her butt and tell her she was wonderful. And vice versa. All of these allegiances and alliances and relationships are being built off horrible foundation. Because nobody wants to see, okay, who is going to be my... Everybody's on this emotional moment. For the emotional moment, this is how I feel. Our grandmama and granddaddy used to look at the long haul of this man, long haul of this woman. In the long haul, what's she going to be for me? In the long haul, what kind of man is he going to be? You're supposed to look at these men that you put into your life and look at and at least be able to project the next 5 years where you see him. What the next 10 years, what type of vibe do he give you? Y'all just be thinking about how you feel right now at the moment. No. What do I see long term with this particular individual? Whatever bad habits I feel like they have, do I see that long term? Do they have the capability to grow out of that? Or long term, I don't see them going to be able to mature. This is a long term thing. We don't be looking at that. And so now you got this it's like a double-edged sword. The primary target is the black man. And the safest thing for him is to emasculate him, because they want the black woman to stay at the forefront of Black America. Because you have to keep in mind, the whole time while the black man been locked up, they've been working on manipulating the black woman through all of these different avenues. And this is how we get to a space where she could say she don't need him, because she's been being trained to believe that for the last 30 years. And it's finally starting to settle in, like, yeah, we don't need him. But who benefits from that? And so now this is the whole angle that's getting worked. And so now it's all about positioning. The black man has been told so many times that he's not necessary in the home front, that he's developed a desire not to be there. And so now anything is better than being somewhere where you there like the carpet. You're not really, the carpet is a permanent fixture in the house. Nobody really pays it attention like that, though. This is what's being created, what's being taken in. All of your intake about our people is all negatively being pushed out, so it can only be negatively ingested. All of these roles in these sitcoms, every husband is a buffoon and the wife got to fix it. Every husband, My Wife and Kids, the Martin Show, the Cosby Show, D.L. Hughley, Bernie Mac wasn't as bad, because he was like, take charge of the family. But these other characters is all buffoons who F up everything, and by the end of the show, the wife got to come in and fix it. Family Matters. It don't stop. Every one of the characters you could think of is always the same role. So we got fed that for years. We got fed the black woman is the most educated. We got fed all of these things while our men sat in prison. And so in prison, what was being developed? A different reality. And it was a huge way to usher in a lot of this homosexuality, because it's heavy homosexuality and rape going on in prison. Y'all don't be knowing, sometimes the person that come back to y'all from prison be a rape victim. He can't tell you he got held down and violated by other men. He just come home acting weird and aggressive, and you don't understand why, and everything make him angry. You don't know. It's a system developed to work on both of y'all. Oh my. Thank you. Thank you, baby. Thank you. This is put together by people who had you as property and were able to study your capabilities, tendencies, likes, and dislikes. And then they were able to put together a formula and a blueprint that says, this is how they function. So this is what it would take to put them in the space we need. And so they carefully, year after year after year, they wound you into a certain thought process in a certain space. And the reason, and there's so many different tentacles to it. It's like an octopus. You got the church, you got the music, you got the television, you got the welfare system, you got the private prison system, you got the school system, you got redlining. See, all of these different things, I just named like 10 different things. All of them was patented around you, how to keep you in a certain space. All of them. This is, it seems like a minuscule topic. This is one of the most fierce adversaries we face right now. An attack on it's already been there, but they have upped the ante on the attack on the black home front. They've always attacked the black home, but now they're about to put it in a space you can't come back from. Because look, if your husband get caught cheating, or your wife get caught cheating. I hate that shit, but a lot of times couples work that out. If one of the spouses just got a job where they work crazy hours and just got to work too many hours, and so one of them is feeling like you're not home enough, you work too much. That could be detrimental to a relationship, but it could get worked out. Maybe one person in a relationship is just starting to become too rude. And now the arguments are turning nasty. That could be talked about. That could be worked out. But when he come home and tell you that he's been with another man, it's hard to come back from that. It's hard to work out the fact that you spent the night with Paul instead of Pauline. Two completely different. We don't like either one of them. But Pauline is just a bitch I need to get my hands on. Paul is grounds for divorce. So they didn't up the ante when they didn't made it fashionable for your man to rock a dress. They made it fashionable to man hug from the back, drunk hug, whatever the fuck they called it. You can give drunk hugs from the back now. You can even warn guys you're going to do it, and they'll still show up for it. See, this is a whole different thing. During my time, you'd have got punched in the face. You'd have said that to one of us. And when you got there, we'd all been waiting there. And it's going to be some drunk hugging, but we called it something completely different back then. We called it getting your ass whooped. Fucking drunk hugging. But we're in a time where these things are acceptable. And you're more than likely to see someone defend a man in a dress than defend someone being racially discriminated against. Black folks in this country have been being assaulted since the inception of this country. And nobody really cares. The police even whoop our ass and kill us. But if you touch or offend someone that's transgender, they're starting to make that to a point in certain states where you can get a charge. If you say something disrespectful to an Asian American, they got the Asian hate crime bill now. So we wake up into a space where every other race is protected. Even our race, until you get to me. The black woman is hella protected. The black man is a walking bullseye. Because now, and here's the reason why I said only the black man. Because he used to be a husband, now he's a baby daddy. And that makes him expendable. At any given moment, I can get tired of my baby daddy. My husband is a life commitment. My baby daddy's just a nigga I had a baby with. So as long as we accept that terminology, we accept potential extermination because you're not necessary. No one has ever needed a baby daddy. You just accept them. You don't need them. No one needs a baby daddy. Now we need a baby mama because otherwise there's no baby. But you got to understand the psychology behind this. There's definitely a psychology behind this. So if there's a space where, since I don't have a real title that's connected to this household, that means my woman can't tell my ass to leave. Since in America, a lot of housing is connected to who's in that motherfucker. And if you're on Section 8, I can't be there. So in that situation, she could tell me to leave. If it's found out that I'm staying there and there's too much income in the house, she could lose the motherfucking, the stamps, the link card, and I would need to leave. There's so many situations that could require me to need to leave. So that means double emasculation. Because at work, they want me in a dress. And at home, I'm just a baby daddy who could shut the fuck up and get out. Fuck what Jada talking about. That's the real entanglement. Now, I always get carried away when I do the show at home. I'm at the radio station because they don't kick my ass off in 2 hours. So I don't be watching the clock like that. My queen is right. It's time to go. So we're headed to Clubhouse, y'all. On both platforms. We are going to Misinformation Nation at Clubhouse. We'll be there at 8:30. I'm about to try to get my life together for 30 minutes until that happens. Yeah, we cooked today, man. This was a good one. So y'all come over to Clubhouse. Let's finish this discussion, and y'all can even get involved a little bit. You ain't gotta just watch me run my mouth. That's when I'm at home. It don't matter. I was gonna say I always forget to put my ticker up, but I don't look at them over nowhere. All right, we out of here.